Hello, I'm Dr. Gnewikow. I am the founder and chief audiologist for Audiology Hearing Aid Associates of Danville and Lynchburg, Virginia. This video is one of a multi-part series that we have designed to answer some of the most frequently asked questions about hearing aids and hearing loss. So, today's question: why does my voice sound like I'm kind of in a barrel when I have my new hearing aid in my ear? Well, this is the sensation of echo or fullness in the ear that we commonly refer to as the occlusion effect. The most common cause of this is that the ear is being totally blocked by a hearing aid. Now, this is kind of like putting your finger in your ear while you're talking. You might want to try that. Suddenly, everything sounds kind of like you're down in a barrel. This is the same sensation that you might encounter if you were using noise-reducing earplugs or perhaps swim plugs that totally blocked your ear. The second most common cause is that the ear is probably being amplified more than what you've been accustomed to hearing in the past. So as a result, you hear your own voice a little bit louder than usual. So what are the remedies for the occlusion effect or the barrel effect? Well, there are generally three. The first is to vent the hearing aid, if it's a in-the-ear hearing aid or an over-the-ear hearing aid using an ear mold. Now, venting is a designed pressure relief in the hearing aid, which allows for more comfort. It allows for leakage of certain frequencies, and it really improves your comfort, and it reduces the echo effect quite dramatically. So you can go from a hearing aid that completely plugs the ear to one that has even a very small vent in it that will fairly dramatically improve your perception of your own voice. Now, there's another way to do it. You can change the amount of low frequency amplification that's in the hearing aid. That's where the occlusion effect seems to be most noticeable. And then, of course, you can also set the volume of the hearing aid a little bit lower until you become acclimated to it. Quite often, that's what we do with patients. And then after a few weeks, and they say, well, I'm used to this thing now, I can hardly tell I have it in, then we will gradually maybe increase the volume slightly. Now, there's another possibility, and this is a fairly new innovation. This is to fit a hearing aid that doesn't block your ear, what we would call an open fit. There are a couple ways to do that. You can do it with a very tiny little microtube in the ear canal or with a very small receiver in the canal. Now, this allows the ear canal to remain open to natural environmental sounds, only amplifying the high frequencies that your ear requires. Now, I'm a hearing aid wearer. So if you kind of look at my ear here, I'm going to remove my hearing aid, and I am actually wearing an open fit hearing aid. So if you look at this, you can see it's a little behind the ear device, and all I use is a very, very small microtube in my ear. Now, I'm going to put this back, and bingo, it disappears. There are a couple advantages to these microtube fittings. One, of course, is there's no occlusion effect. Everything sounds natural. And the other advantage is cosmetically, most people don't know that you have it on. Now, I'm not sure that's as big a deal as people make it, but a lot of people are a little self-conscious. So here is a method of solving two problems at one time. Not only solving the barrel effect, but also solving the cosmetic effect. It used to be that we used very, very tiny aids that went deep into the ear canal, which made people actually more occluded. You've probably seen the very tiny ones they called completely in the canal or CIC. And people did that primarily for cosmetic reasons. But now you can have your cake and eat it too. So you can have an open ear and you can have the cosmetics as well. Now, kind of a fringe benefit from this is comfort. Not just comfort for your own voice, but comfort to the extent that you don't generally realize you even have a hearing aid on. Now, I hate to admit it, but I've actually been into the shower 3 times already with my hearing aids on, simply because I didn't know I had them on. I've gone to bed on several occasions, and I would roll over on the pillow and wonder what that unusual sensation was, and lo and behold, the hearing aid was still in my ear. So there are some real advantages to an open fitting, and comfort is certainly one. So I hope this information has been helpful to you, and thanks again for listening.